guys, if you follow the channel, you know I've been gone for a few months now, for the most part anyways, with my regular videos. I've been moving. I've moved from Okinawa, Japan all the way over to the state of California. I've just been trying to get settled in a little bit, and I've got a new game room. I can give you guys a game room tour later on this year. I plan on doing that. I just haven't, quite fixed everything up quite the way I want it to quite yet, but I do have recent pickups. I will continue to have recent pickups. I will still have import games coming in, and as well as local finds as well. So let's get started. Alright guys, so first up on the list is Cotton 100% for the Super Famicom. Released only in Japan, 1994, Cotton 100% is another one of those Japanese wacky side-scrolling shooters for the Super Famicom. That means not only is this title irrelevant, but so is everything else in it. You play as a red-headed witch and her fairy, setting off on your broomstick to conquer 7 levels of wicked monsters while collecting gems from their corpses. Pick up yellow and pink gems to upgrade your special moves and charge up the XP gauge. The bigger the gem is, the more charge you'll get, and thus, the more times you'll be able to execute those special moves. Now I tend to save these special moves up for the boss fights because I feel like they're rather wasted on just regular enemies. After beating each level, you'll encounter this tea time, which has nothing to do with tea. It's actually a bunch of bonuses falling at random around the screen. Now, honestly, I really have no idea what these really do for you other than like maybe charge up your score. The regular ones give you 100 points and the red ones give you 200 points. Like 200%. Not only does each level contain a boss, but also a middle boss, or pre-boss, side boss, little boss, mini-boss, or whatever you want to call them. Fight pumpkinheads, snowmen, plants, mushrooms, snakes. Yeah, you don't get the idea. Just like any other Japanese shooter game, this game lacks no imagination when it comes to enemies. Not that you'd care, but I'd rate this game 80% out of 100% Cotton. Speaking of 100%, you know how 100% of video game adaptations of movies are terrible? So anyways, I went out and bought Judge Dredd for the Sega Genesis. Now don't get the wrong idea. The only reason I bought Judge Dredd on the Sega Genesis is because I already owned the Super Famicom version of it, and I just wanted to judge the difference between the two. Now 1995's seen a slew of great movies. Money Train, Species, Cutthroat Island, Vampire in Brooklyn, Babe, Gumby the Movie, Tom and Huck. Yes, the list goes on. But one comic book movie stood out from the rest. And that meant it deserved its very own video game. Judge Dredd on the Sega Genesis is a 2D action platformer where you play as Judge Joseph Dredd. Set in the 22nd century in a mega city called Mega City, you set out on different missions to fight criminals. Interestingly enough, you don't always have to kill the enemies. Some of them will put their hands up and you can simply arrest them. Now the level design is a bit confusing in this game at times because I couldn't figure out which was the foreground and which was the background in a lot of cases. Some of the poles that looked like it was maybe a wall was in the foreground and I could pass behind it, and some of the walls in the background I couldn't pass. It was really weird. It was bad design. Another thing that really bothered me in this game is that it won't let you leave the level until you've completed all of the objectives. Now I wouldn't usually have a problem with this, but they give you the doorway to the next level, so you try to go through it automatically and they won't let you because you haven't completed all the objectives. I would rather them just keep the door sealed off somewhere and not let you see it, and so you can go complete the objectives, and I don't know, does that make sense? The music is a bit lackluster. I mean, I guess it fits the game, but it doesn't really get the blood pumping. Altogether, I think with Judge Dredd, I'd really have to spend a whole lot more time to really get to know the game. If I was a bigger Judge Dredd fan, I guess I'd have a better craving or yearning to play the game, but as it stands right now, it's not too impressive. going to do my best to pronounce this one. It is Takahashi Meijin no Baguette Honey for the Famicom. This is a spin-off of Adventure Island games in which you play as Honey Girl, the fairy honeybee creature. From what I've researched, this game is actually a spin-off of an anime series they created back in Japan in the 80s. In the game, your main objective is to rescue the kidnapped Master Higgins, but they don't make it very easy. Now, when I first played this game, I thought it was just a regular side-scroller, but once I got to the very end of the screen, I had to go back and forth and try to figure out what to do. Come to find out, once you kill these random enemies on the screen, who are more annoying than tough, they drop random objects like bonuses or extra lives, and one of the items they drop actually takes you to a whole new stage where it's basically Pong. Beat these Pong levels and it will slowly unlock a password which will then let you go on to the next stage. As you can see, this isn't the type of game you'd look to speedrun. It's very random and unpolished. For instance, when you're in the Pong mode and you hit the ball into the next board, if your paddle is in the same spot where the ball is entering the new board, it will block the ball, send it back to the previous board, and yeah, very annoying and unpolished. What they should have done in this case is, as soon as the ball goes into the next board, make your paddle temporarily invisible for at least a second or two. I'd give this game an S out of 5. Sucks. Ah yes, Panzer Paladin. Now when I first discovered Panzer Paladin, I really thought, wow, this game looks great. Great art, great screenshots, it's just too good to be true. But I just had to try it out, and I'm glad I did. Panzer Paladin is a retro-styled 2D platformer that pulls on your nostalgic heartstrings by incorporating very similar features from the classic games we love. You play as a rescue android named Flame that utilizes a powerful mech named Grit, with the objective of destroying some nasty, demonic invaders. Now this is one of those games where you don't really have to focus too much on the story. The gameplay is solid and the music kicks ass. The stage select reminds me a lot of the Mega Man series, and because each villain is based on a different location on Earth, such as the US, Russia, China, and so on, it kind of reminds me of Street Fighter. It's great seeing how the developers designed each one of these stages, because I think each one of them are really unique in design. Flame can eject herself from the mech at any time, but it's typically not something you do unless you absolutely have to, such as reaching a hidden item that only the small android can reach, or simply progressing the stage and then summoning your mech at a later terminal. The weapons you wield as the mech are extremely important. Each have different stats and can be found throughout the different stages. You'll also come across checkpoints that require a sacrifice of sorts. That being, one of your weapons must be selected and left behind at the said checkpoint. Any excess weapons you have collected by the end of the stage can be used at the laboratory screen and used to boost your max health. You'll notice that your weapons also have durability stat that will wear and tear as it's used. You can also choose to break the item on purpose, which will cast a unique spell or ability. That being a healing effect or a damage effect. Another interesting thing about the weapons is that you can actually design your own on the blacksmith screen and apply custom stats to it. I think it's one of the most unique things about this game is you get to design your own weapon, and other players over the world get a chance of getting the weapon that you designed. Now this game's difficulty doesn't quite live up to the expectations of those classics that we've played in the past. I think this game is a bit more on the easier side, but I feel like that's a good thing for people a bit older. We don't have quite as much time to dedicate to video games, especially the hard ones, so I think it's a good happy medium difficulty for this game, but still rewarding. The boss fights I encountered were often beaten within the first or second try, and after each boss is defeated, you get their unique weapon, much like the Mega Man series. Panzer Paladin has been out for quite some time, and I'm surprised it took me this long to check it out. No, I'm not. Now it's time for some honorable mentions. Celebrity Deathmatch on the PlayStation 2. I have some fond memories of games on the PlayStation 2, and Celebrity Deathmatch is now one of them. I was into wrestling back when I was younger, and Celebrity Deathmatch was a cool little twist on the whole celebrity versus musician kind of thing. It was interesting at the time, for its time. Not so much now. Now, the game itself is actually not even like a claymation fighting game. It's just a regular blocky fighting game, or wrestling game. But the show itself is made out of claymations where they fight against each other in the ring, if you're not familiar with it. It's just one of those quacky shows that was mildly entertaining back in the day, and this game, unfortunately, is not even mildly fun. The Evil Dead for the original Xbox. A fistful of boomstick. Now, I love the Evil Dead series and movies, but does that mean I'll enjoy the games? And I guess time will tell, because, to be honest, I haven't been able to dig into this one yet. Mostly because I'm lazy. That's right, I don't feel like taking my original Xbox out of the closet and plugging it up to my TV, my CRT TV, because there's not a whole lot of room in this room right now. I'm still organizing, like I said. I've just got done with the move, so it's going to take me some time before I get to this game. But let me know down in the comments below what you think about this game if you've played it. Evil Dead, a fist full of boomstick. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope to be pushing out more videos here soon now that I'm settled in. Like I said, we'll be doing a game room tour in here later on this year as I get things settled around and moved around, because it's there's a lot of stuff hanging around right now, I'm telling you. But we'll get to it. I'm going to pump out some more videos, some more game reviews, and more recent pickups. Alright guys, thanks for watching, sub for more, and I'll catch you guys next time.